Trademark Keith, der hat ein Messer, doch das Messer sieht man nicht.
Everybody and welcome to the channel, Bob Sales, this time's next year. So today we're going to talk about the copyright and public domain. As we all know, Steamboat Willie, the short film from 1928, had its last extension and has now landed as public domain, meaning anyone can now use it. So I can now do this. But can we actually use it as we think, or is there still a way for Disney to battle? So let's start with the basics. As of now, Steamboat Willie was published 96 years ago. Copyright could only be held for 95 years. Disney was actually the company that got Congress to pass a new legislation that actually give companies the right to extend their copyrights. Now, the 1998 Sonny Bono Copyrighted Term Extension Act, this actually extended the term of the copyrighted protection for copyrighted works by 20 years. Works copyrighted prior to 1978 had their terms extended from 75 years to 95 years of the date of the publication. Now, there's definitely some other factors that could come into play when it comes to intellectual property. This can also include the copyrights, trademarks, patents, and trade secrets. Now, as we've discussed already, copyright is the one that has its time up. The others do not have times. What exactly does that mean? Technically, trademark law doesn't protect the creator, it protects the consumer using the product. Trademarks are actually all about preventing confusion in the marketplace. So when you go to a shop, if you pick up some Heinz ketchup, for instance, most people don't have the time, the energy to check every bottle is from the same place. You see the name, you trust the product is the same you've used before. So as a consumer, you actually rely on this. It shows it's not some imposter product, and you know that that store will essentially only sell you that source with that reputable company, and it's not some knockoff. So that's exactly what trademark law does. Now, the company doesn't have to worry about its brand getting damaged by the cheaper made items or the unsatisfactory product. And vice versa, the consumer can buy without being in fear of buying a cheaper, low quality product that may be harmful. So the obvious ones that are still protected are the logos and the names when it comes to trademarks. Another one is phrases like McDonald's, I'm loving it. The same thing with certain colours like Tiffany blue, for instance. Again, when it comes to Steamboat Willie, adding colour is a no-no when using it. So even audio files can be trademarked, such as Lucasfilm and Darth Vader's breathing, which actually I sound like today. There is also trade dresses that can be protected. So that's the way most McDonald's looks the same on the inside. This also includes the packaging, like the Happy Meals box. So you may be thinking, Bob, how does that relate? There is a bunch of trademarks Disney owns and uses. I already mentioned Darth Vader's breathing, just as an example, let alone all the music for all the films, or Mickey Mouse's ears. Even the names Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, every other character, all trademarked. In fact, in 2007, you may recall that Disney actually changed the studio's logo to a section of the animated Steamboat Willie. We thought for anniversary purposes, but was it? So essentially, if you made a Steamboat Willie t-shirt and sold it on Amazon right now, Disney could essentially still come for you under trademark law. So let's actually talk a little bit about the dangers. In 2022, we've actually already seen some of these already expire. So a good example of this is the House at Pooh Corner, which actually introduced us to Winnie the Pooh and the Tigger character. Straight after the 1926 book coming to public domain, we see the release of the slasher movie Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. This was essentially a serial killer running around with a Winnie the Pooh mask on. I know it was pretty sad, a B movie at best, but it earned more than enough money for what it was made for. Now, considering this is a child's character, it probably never should have been made, but it was only ever made for that shock value. This shows the dodgy side of everyone being able to use the IP. It's public domain, yes, but somehow have some responsibility, guys. In fact, let's not imagine. Let me play you a clip, a game clip I found on YouTube today of Steamboat Willie the Killer.
I thought it was just rodents, but there's something else in here. There's nests. They're everywhere. We tried to take care of it ourselves, but things have escalated. The exterminators are our last hope. Please, help us before...
So after all that, what did we learn? Logan's slogans still protected. Any new version created of the Steamboat Willie used for the animated Mickey series is still under copyright protection. Adding colours to the Steamboat Willie is a no-no. As it comes to Mickey Mouse himself, it really doesn't affect him. He's still heavily protected, and with more renditions coming out recently, it will stay that way every new version. So again, Mickey is still heavily trademarked under law. With that being said, Steamboat is not the only IP that has come under public domain or is going to be in the near future. Now this is where it goes full circle. Disney have used public domain works to influence their own works for many years. Just look at Kimber. Disney heavily copied Kimber when making The Lion King. If you don't believe me, go watch that video. The comparisons you just can't deny. So another one that's actually just come up and no one's actually mentioned this is J.M. Barrie's play Peter Pan, or The Boy Who Couldn't Grow Up. So this was actually made in 1904, but it was not actually published with copyright until 1928. So this is also ended, and I'm surprised we haven't seen this anywhere yet. All Quiet on the Western Front has also come into public domain, and we've also noticed that the last couple of years we have seen some more renditions, some more movies of that specific subject. Another one that did actually make me laugh is Tarzan. Yes, Tarzan is up. So the Tarzan Lord of the Jungle book, maybe this explains the constant Tarzan comics no one wants in veve right now that we keep getting. Maybe they're trying to milk it before it runs out. In fact, that has run out. The only good thing I would tell you about the Tarzan books is it was Stanley's favourite stories to read as a child. Also, thanks to the non-restrictions, I can now play you this clip.
Und Marquis, der hat ein Messer.
Yes, Mac the Knife the song is now public domain. This was created for Threepenny Opera House and was more famously recorded by Louis Armstrong and Bobby Darwin. Another one for the future, Popeye the Sailor Man in 2025 will be public domain. And again, I could go on with this list, so I think I'll leave it there. Anyway, I've been your host, Bob Sales. This time next year, we will be millionaires. Peace!
You are all of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Puny god.